Buff Nation back for a third video today. Super excited to talk about the spring game. Just got back going through it for a second time. So, again, hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. Hope you guys have had a wonderful Easter. I have. It's been awesome. And it's been another great day for the Colorado Buffaloes. So, today, going to go through my entire spring game recap. I'm going to break it down from special teams. Yeah, we're starting with special teams. Then we'll get to the offense and defense, talk about performances of a lot of the players, mainly the players that I felt like really stuck out to me, that had great spring games. And then maybe get to some of your guys' comments, questions as well. But yeah, y'all let me know as we go through this, who were some of the players that you were really pleased with seeing their performances and where we go next in the portal. I think there are definitely still some positions that we need to cover. But yeah, y'all be sure to smash that like, subscribe, join Jones23 in the chat. But let's get started. Now, before we get into special teams, offense, defense, a few things that I did want to cover. One, the football gods finally blessed us with a beautiful day. The snow came on Friday night, and you actually had a wonderful spring game condition. So want to shout out everybody in the field crew, maintenance, all that. They had the field looking great. This was our last game on grass, which, hope you guys got a piece of the grass. I'm looking forward to the turf. I think that's going to be great. It's going to continue to highlight our speed, especially as the season goes on. I think that's awesome. The jersey retirements of Travis and Shedeur, I thought that they were done well. It was awesome seeing everybody name, or the PA guy name all the different records that Travis and Shedeur have done. Thought that was awesome. Again, I think Coach Prime mentioned this too. I hope that, this is something to where we start celebrating players of the past more, as well as, wanting to not wait for forever in case you have a Heisman winner that passes away, such as Rashawn Salaam, and you just wait too long, and then it's just all ruined. So I can understand them wanting to be criticized for being too early on things rather than being too late, as we have in the past. But any players bitching, complaining about this, they need to get over themselves. Everybody can be honored. There doesn't have to be winners and losers out of this, and I hope that this encourages CU to honor the past more often. And it's starting with Coach Mack. Love to see that he's finally getting a statue. Well overdue. Again, this is something that CU should have had erected 20 years ago. But better late than never, I suppose. I wish he could have been around for it. Rest in peace. But I know Brandon McCartney and the rest of the McCartney family, I'm sure they are pleased to hear that this is happening. So I love all of that. Love all of that. Spring game conditions, finally, great. Now let's get into the performances. Now we're going to start with special teams. Nobody else is talking about special teams, so I'm going to talk about special teams. There probably are people talking about special teams, but you guys know I'm a whore for special teams. Let's start off with the first play of the game. Damon Greaves, our punter transfer from Kansas, with a beautiful coffin corner punt to start out the spring game. Maybe went out of bounds there around the 5-yard line. Beautiful punt, okay? And then later on in the 11-on-11 period, he came on and gave another wonderful, I think it was net probably about 48 to 50 yards or so. Really nice punt, put in the corner. I forgot the guy who was returning it. I think it might have been Farrakhan. He bobbled it a little bit, ran out of bounds. But this was placed nicely just towards the sideline. Yes, thank you. Love to see Damon Greaves with some really solid punts. Really love that. So he was great. Now let's get to the kickers. I thought Mata looked generally well. Now that I'm thinking about it, he might have missed a field goal, but I at least remember him making 2 of them. Kind of within the 40-yard range. That's fine. Mata, I think he is what he is at this point. Now, Buck Buchanan, he kind of is what he is too. 50% success rate, I think, from 40 and 50 yards plus, and he kind of showed that. I think he was 1 for 2 place kicking. He missed one, kind of bad, but he made that 60-yarder just an absolute bullet, man. He crushed that thing, that 60-yarder. Hey, I got some confetti on me. Yeah. Hey, how about that? He absolutely crushed that 60-yarder. That was great to see. So I know we're going to kick touchbacks this year. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. You think Mata might be washed? Don't you have to? Well, don't you have to be like really, really good if you're going to be washed? Mata, I'm not trying to kick you while you're down, man. But uh, you're solid within 45 yards, man. Yeah, I've always wanted to see him add more leg, but I mean, we're going on what, year 3 here, and it just doesn't seem like there is much improvement. I might just give up. I might just give up unless he starts, hitting the steroids. I mean, that's what we've said. But Buck Buchanan, kind of showing that 50% rate from long distance. That's what he's had for his career. And honestly, I would feel like that is honestly an improvement on those long distance from where we've been at the last couple of years. Even if we're getting to 50%, I feel like that's a little bit better. But you want to see, Buchanan continue to improve his accuracy. Yeah, Stojanovic also had a couple kicks that were really nice. So yeah, that was great. Now let's go ahead and get into the offense. I mean, Alex Zimmerman's bringing this up. So should we overreact to Salter being the second team quarterback? No, I'm not, because we've mainly just seen him with the first team all throughout the spring. I think that this is going to continue to be a battle between both him and Julian Lewis in the fall. It's not going to be decided yet. I do think that the part of this, it did surprise me a little bit. I did wonder if, hey, this is something going in front of TV. People are going to be watching. I'm not sure what the viewership of it was, on ESPN2 or whatnot. But you know how everything's under a microscope with Colorado, and maybe with Coach Prime, you just wanted to show off the 5-star, phenom quarterback you got, make them look good, also put on a good show, hopefully for the future. And I think that did pay off to some extent. And you also kind of wanted to see, like, could Kaidon Salter kind of help elevate the second team, right? So Julian Lewis, let's get to him first. He definitely, during the first 11-on-11 period, I thought he definitely struggled, like showed, typical, true freshman kind of ups and downs. I think he had a ball batted at some point. He tripped over himself running like a bootleg play action play. Didn't exactly look totally comfortable. But then, I mean, you really saw him later on in the practice settle in. And I mean, he was throwing some bullets. I think that my favorite throw that he had was probably that one to Cam Mikell, kind of down the left hash a little bit, right in front of DJ McKinney, or Cam Michael, sorry. Trying to make sure I pronounce his name correctly. But that was a bullet. That was a strike. You saw his pocket presence start to improve as well. And again, he got better as the practice went on. You wanted to see those flashes with Julian Lewis, and you definitely saw that. You saw the arm talent. You see glimpses of what could be there. Now with Kaidon Salter, I think, he didn't have a perfect practice either by any means. I think that while he did look a little bit more composed, I liked how, he was throwing some of those balls down the sideline, or, they were running kind of vanilla stuff for the most part, as you probably should during a spring game. But he hit the open guy for the most part. I thought he had a better first 11-on-11 period rather than the second 11-on-11 period. Because I remember he missed like Zack Atkins and a few other guys. He almost had a touchdown, I think, to Joseph Williams that was just a little bit overthrown. If I remember correctly, that was him. But I did think he looked much more just comfortable back there, as you should, being the upperclassman in this quarterback battle. Definitely. So this is one that I think right now, I think Salter's going to be that guy, but you want to see him finding that accuracy downfield. And I think hopefully, given this whole summer in the fall camp, you're going to find guys making uh, more connections downfield with those guys. So, yeah. That's what I thought about Kaidon Salter. Jones 2-3 said Prime said it was for disciplinary reasons. Oh, I didn't watch the press conference yet. So Jones 2-3, if you could elaborate on that, that would be great. So that's why Kaidon was running with the twos. Are we talking about Kaidon? That's interesting. That's interesting. But anyways, we'll comment on that later. Hopefully you guys can give me some more details. Let's get to the running backs. Dallan Hayden looked so comfortable in the passing game. That was great to see. Looked comfortable as a receiver. I think right now, yes, should be penciled in as our starting running back. Brandon Hood, I thought that he had some really, really nice runs. Both him and Dallan Hayden both had, if I remember, like one run, I think each, like over 15 yards. Dallan Hayden had a nice one where he showed some patience there, running up the A gap on a certain run. And then Brandon Hood, he had a really nice, it was like a zone run to the left where he had a really nice cut in between Taimani and Savell Smalls there on the right side of the line and just cut that thing upfield. He also had a really nice run for a touchdown with, I think it might have been around the 5-yard line, but the starting offensive line got great push. And I thought he got to the line quickly, again, continuing to move his feet. Yes, I've loved what we've seen. I thought both Brandon and Dallan Hayden showcased some good vision as well. And that's credit to Marshall Faulk, man, because again, I think we can all agree that Coach Flea was not he was not extracting the most out of these guys. That is for sure. So was very happy with what I saw from them. I think right now, Michael Welsh is here as well, but we need to add a running back or two in the portal, and I think we will. Of course, Javian Thomas from Cal is going to be visiting. That's awesome. Let's get to the wide receivers. Two of the wide receivers that probably stuck out to me the most were Joseph Williams as well as Quentin Gibson. That Joseph Williams looked great. Quentin Gibson with some nice catches. Some of them were kind of flares over the middle, but he also had a nice touchdown grab in the 7-on-7 period. And of course, Cam Mikell. I thought that he had a nice spring practice as well. He's got that speed. He definitely has that speed. Now, in terms of tight end, of course, you had Small still with the ones, but we saw Zach Atkins and Charlie Williams get a little bit of action. And I would like to see them integrated into the offense a little bit more because they do have that speed, baby. They do have much more speed than Savell Smalls. Now, on the offensive line, two guys that really stuck out to me in a very positive way. Zach Owens, I thought he looked really, really good. Was both strong in run and pass, and he was also getting to the second level, I think, pretty well. And some of those big runs, I think Dallan Hayden's run, some of that was credit to Zach Owens on helping opening up a really big hole, getting to the second level fairly quickly. And I thought Chauncey Gooden looked good as well. Particularly, there was one really nice block that he had where he pulled from the right guard position all the way over to the left side of the line, where he had a really nice pull block on Quincy Wiggins. So it's good to see those guys developing. Again, we'll see how many more transfers we bring in on the offensive line, but Zach Owens, Chauncey Gooden, I thought looked great. In terms of Monatai Mani and Jordan Seaton, I mean, Jordan Seaton, we know he's going to be great, but I do, as we transition to the defense, I want to give Arden Walker credit. I mean, he had what would have been a sack on, I think that was on Julian. I'm trying to remember, but he beat Jordan Seaton off that, if I remember correctly. And Taimani, I thought he held his own. I still think that we should be looking to get better at right tackle as well as center. Even though I thought Zarian McGill overall had a good practice. There was a hit from Martavius French, I think, on that long down Hayden run where French just blew him up, like totally pancaked him. But hey, he at least got in the way and again helped alongside Zach Owens of opening up a very nice hole for Dallan Hayden. Um, Safety play. This is, I think, what I'm most encouraged about. I think guys like we have a really good safety group, and of course we got Terrence Love coming over here. I forgot to mention we got Makari Vickers that is recovering from heart surgery. We'll see how what his timetable is for returning. It could be very short, could be long. But on top of that, I mean, in the spring game, I thought guys, Carr Stoutmeyer, Ben Finiseth, they had some really nice tackles. You saw Tafik Byard there. He had a couple really nice tackles as well. He had one that was almost a tackle for loss where he just got through that line really quickly in the goal line, tripped the running back up, but didn't get the tackle, but helped slow him down a little bit. I mean, that was just great to see. And my game MVP definitely was TJ Branch, the 3-star freshman from Miami. I believe he was at the high school this past year that Teddy Bridgewater coached. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in there, but I think they were state champs. And he was a missile, man. He was a missile the entire game, man. I love the angles that he played. He made some plays where he was coming from across the other side of the field to wrap guys up in the flats. He was part of a nice pass breakup towards the left pylon on a long throw. I think that might have been to Mikell or somebody else. Another corner was there as well, but he was all over the field. I think that, looking at kind of our safety group right now, I would probably say guys maybe like Carter and Byard might be better in kind of a strong safety role, playing more close to the box, all of that. But TJ Branch, I think that he can definitely develop into that deep free safety for us that can cover ground very, very quickly. And then he kind of capped off practice with one of the last plays of the game, a throw from Kaidon Salter that was tipped by Jeremiah Brown, I believe. And then he got in position, showed some soft hands, and came down with a pick. TJ Branch should be so proud of himself. I thought that he, at least in my mind, was game MVP. He was awesome. I feel so good about our safety group right now. I think it's awesome. RJ Johnson, I think that he also had some really nice coverage. He did have one. I remember in the first 11 and 11 period, Julian Lewis tried to target him downfield, and RJ Johnson, man, just did not give Cam Mikell much room at all. Kind of enclosed him down the sideline. Really nice coverage. Kylan Salter, I thought, had a very nice big tackle for a loss at the beginning of the practice. Our starting linebackers were Martavius French and Reggie Hughes. I thought French really flashed, man. Again, he made some tackles. He showcased his speed. He had a really nice tackle on Savell Smalls in the flat. Not that, Savell Smalls is hard to catch up to, right? But I liked what I saw from those guys. So I think that just about covers all the standouts, at least that I had noted here. But I think the big takeaway right now is, this offense doesn't look, from a passing perspective, it doesn't look anything like it did last year, right? That should be no surprise to anybody. I don't think Pat Shurmur was going to be running anything too crazy because, again, I do think our offensive philosophy is going to be different. It was nice to see guys operate in all three of those different settings of receiving snaps. So shotgun, pistol, as well as under center. That was great to see. And I also like to see the tight ends involved, even though, they weren't any like sexy plays or anything like that. Maybe reading between the lines a little bit of kind of how we'll see this offense change with these guys. But yeah, I definitely think there's going to be an adjustment period when it comes to this passing attack opposed to the last couple of years. I think that we can get there. But the biggest thing is that we need to continue to emphasize our running game, running the ball. So let's continue to find another offensive lineman or two. Let's make sure we bring in another running back or two. And I have no idea what the tight end room's looking like right now. Or in terms of the portal, that's what I meant. So hopefully we can add some more bodies there. But overall, man, I'm feeling good about where our defense is at. Shout out to London Merritt as well. I think he had a nice pressure, if I remember, on Kaidon Salter. And yeah, he was running with at least he was running with the twos at the very least. He might have been, Yeah, second team defense. Alexander McPherson had a really nice bull rush on Monetaimani that I remember. So all you want to see at this point is these guys flash, and I do think running more of that zone read, using Kaidon Salter as a runner. The spring game isn't really truly an environment to where his best skill set is kind of showcased. But I'm not lying if I was expecting some better passing downfield from him in this practice, and I think that Julian showcased the better arm talent. So, yeah, I guess I'll get to a few of your comments. So, no one asked him about the Kane Salter stuff. Man, that's weird. That's very weird. Hmm. Yeah, we need to go after JV and Thomas, man. I would love that. Hey, D Nice, thank you. Thank you. I love talking buffs. This is my third video today. And I think Almighty Law, no, I think Prime for the most part just mix things up to see what he has. K Salt is more ready for the stage. And I would agree. And I think you saw, especially in that first 11 on 11 period, you saw Kaidon Salter move that second team offense much more effectively than Julian leading the first team offense, right? I think right now, again, I will go with the veteran guy. And again, I do think that his skill set as a runner, it's just not going to be highlighted or showcased in these types of situations. Man, we're going undefeated if we turn into kicker U, and there's no reason why we should not become kicker U. Don't you want to kick at altitude, baby? Don't you want to have amazing touchback stats and long distance field goal kicks? Come on now, man. All right, let's see what else we got. Yeah, I would agree, King John, with this. We need a bruiser type running back. If Welsh gets hurt again, I don't think we have a hard runner like that right now. We need that Illinois running back, but sadly, I think he wants a starting role. Well, he can come start for us, right? That's what I think. He can come start for us. Yeah, it would be nice. Again, a guy that these guys don't grow on trees, but man, it would be awesome to find a guy kind of like Damian Martinez. He tore us up, man, at his last game at Oregon State, or last season at Oregon State, and had a pretty good year too for the Miami Hurricanes. But it'd be great to find a guy that's like 6'1", 235 pounds, that's got some, quickness to his game, but also, man, can run you over. I would love to bring in a guy like that. And I think with Micah, man, again, I'm very intrigued and interested to see what Marshall Faulk can do with him, because I think he was great last year, right? I think especially for a true freshman, but you want to see him continue to develop his vision. And I thought that as the season went on, he tried to bounce things outside a little too often, so want to work on his physicality in between the tackles as well. I think he can become a type of back like that for us. But if we get Javian Thomas from Cal, he could play that role, man. He's an explosive running back. Again, I was putting together a cut up for a friend of mine on Jade Knott. And like I was watching some Javian Thomas, obviously, when I was going through that film, and I was just very, very impressed, man. He would get full series by himself, man, where they wouldn't even put Jade Knott on the field, and he's a very explosive, productive back. He would definitely raise the floor of this room, that's for sure. And this is interesting. So Hakeem Williams, this is funny, man. He was actually at the spring game yesterday. Imagine that. I was talking all about that yesterday, about how he's there for Travis Hunter's jersey retirement and everything like that. My mind was just already going there, even though it wasn't specified when he was going to be on campus. And he was there. He was there. How about that? But we haven't seen anything from him or Lang, the edge from Missouri, as well as Blake Steen. His brother, Dylan Steen, had also visited. I hope that they commit. They can still commit probably within the next day or two. Normally, that's kind of the cutoff. And then after that, like maybe come Tuesday or Wednesday, if we haven't heard from them in terms of a commitment, I doubt it happens. But Keelan Marion, wide receiver from BYU, return specialist as well. Yes, I'll take the speed, baby. No doubt about it. And a guy that you can put there at return on special teams, and he's gonna ball out. And again, when you don't have a Heisman Trophy winner at wide receiver, and you don't have a Johnny Unitas Golden Arm winner right at quarterback, a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, um, special teams is going to play even more important of a role this year. Flipping field position, making sure you're getting, the extra 10 yards when possessions change and all of that, making sure you're getting touchbacks and not giving guys field positions at the 35. So uh, special teams is going to be crucially important when you don't have, Heisman caliber guys there. Even though, man, I'm on the Kaidon Salter Heisman train, baby. Um, but those are long odds. Right? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thank you for this clarification. The Texas truth. Anybody remember the Reach the People video and K Salt said he had to get on top of his grades? So 9 out of 10, it was grades discipline. Hey, okay. No big deal. You got summer to catch up on him. And hopefully you're not taking too many classes at this stage in his career, right? Come the fall. So you can just focus on football. Yeah. Yeah, CU has to offer that Houston safety. Yeah, isn't he a all Big 12 safety? Again, I love the players that we got on our team, right? But you know what I love more than the players on our team? Freaking winning. So if we can grab an all conference guy at any position, I'm very for that. Yes, please. Yes, please. Gerald, just admit the offense will look terrible on offense without Shedeur. Yeah, leave it to the internet to be either, amazing or terrible. It's not going to be as productive. I think it's still going to be a productive enough offense. I don't think it's going to be terrible. You know what's terrible? Go back and watch 2022 buffs. Go back and watch 2021 buffs. Go back and watch the 2020 buffs when we had a quarterback that then converted to safety, come back and play quarterback because we just had nobody. We couldn't even throw the ball, man. We were just running it every single play. We're the exact opposite of where we were at the last couple of years, man. No, man, I have seen terrible, and this our floor for an offense is well above terrible. Come on now, come on now. Oh yeah, here you guys go, just absolutely shitting on walk-ons, man. Here we go again. You guys are crazy. It's a spring game, man. We had a handful of guys out. Hey, what's going on, Shank? I'm ready for some more visits and commits to land. Yeah, man, me too. I love this time of year. We'll see who else we add. Got plenty of spots. Also, wasn't it so hilarious? Jay Gardenhire enters the portal. You see Coach Prime like the Instagram post, and then he withdraws from the portal, man. What was up with that? And because he wasn't even suited up for the spring game. I initially thought, hey, maybe he's just mad he didn't get playing time. Staub didn't get in there during the 11 and 11, but that doesn't surprise me, man. Yeah, we were going with the first two quarterbacks there, but um, yeah, that whole Jay Gardhire thing was very, very strange. I thought, well, maybe he was definitely a Coach Woldholt guy. Like Coach Woldholt recruited him here, all of that. So maybe he was bouncing for Mississippi. But then you see, like 15 minutes later, he's like, 24/7 has it on, and he's back with Colorado. Withdrew from the portal. What was that all about, man? I have no idea. Yeah, and I would say we're probably around that right now, TK. Yeah, yeah. We'll see what else we add. But again, I just think that you guys are expecting right now 10 wins. This is a 10-win team, man. I don't know. I think you might be discrediting how good Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and a few of our other players that have left for the NFL were, and how important they were to this team. Yeah. I think Carter should be the starting strong, but Tafik Byard is also very, very kind of strong in those areas too. It, the whole safety rotation is going to be interesting to figure out and to see how this whole plays out. But if we bring in that Houston guy, hell yeah, could be a lot of fun. That's my understanding. He's back with the team. Yeah. Yeah, and that's also Staub is, man. He's a fine quarterback 3. Fine quarterback 3. But guys, thanks so much for talking with me again. This was a great spring game. Thank God we finally got some good weather. And hopefully we see some more recruits and transfers start to commit here shortly. So, guys, I'll be back again probably tomorrow unless we get some breaking news. Be sure, hit that bell for notifications when I go live or drop a video next. Like, subscribe, as always. Let's go Buffs.